Hello, I am back with a second decoupage tutorial. I wanted to do another one just because so much has changed since I first started doing this last summer. And you know, the more you do something, the better you get and the more you learn. So I've veered away from napkins a bit and I've started designing my own designs. This is designed in Adobe Illustrator, and I printed it on rice paper, which is pretty simple. It doesn't require a tutorial. I do have a tutorial in my videos on printing on tissue paper, but this is rice paper that I order off Amazon, and you can just put one single sheet into your printer. But this is a pattern that I've created, and I've printed it out in 3 different sizes so that I can use individual images as well as the whole pattern. And I will be uploading this into my brand new community. It is on the Skool platform, Skool, and I've decided to do a complete decoupage series in there. I'm also going to be putting printables, tutorials, recipes. It's called the Coastal Creative, and I'm going to link it below. Right now it is $15 a month for all access, and it will be going up later, so you can lock in at that price right now. But I'm going to take a break from this video and show you a few things that I've created with this pattern. Okay, so those are a few of the things I've made with this pattern. The process is basically the same, but one thing I've done to kind of upscale, up-level my shells is instead of painting them with craft paint, I've been painting them with this glossy, pure white paint by Rustoleum, and it makes them very shiny. And like I said, I guess I'm in my bright white era, I don't know, but I just love the way it turned out. Here's another example of an ornament shell I've done with one single image. So like I said, I've printed out these in 3 different sizes. One, so I could do like a full coverage, kind of like 12 pattern like this. One, and then 2 that are larger, so that I can cut them out individually. So these are all cut out, and what I'm going to do is the same thing. I think I'm going to use this guy in here, and I'm not going to put them all the way fully in. I want to have them cropped a little bit. So I'm going to get the Mod Podge, the gloss Mod Podge, and just paint it inside the shell. After you spray paint with that spray paint, you want to let it sit for quite a while. Like I would let it sit overnight with a fan. You just want to let it dry completely. And it does smell. So be sure to keep that in consideration with fumes and ventilation. So the rice paper, it's a little more difficult than a napkin because it's thicker. So you definitely want to take your time getting all the bubbles out, pressing it down like that. But yeah, that's it. You also want to let the rice paper dry after you print on it completely so that the ink doesn't run. I have had that happen. And then I just take some tiny scissors and snip that. And I'm going to go back over it with more Mod Podge. So I'm working on another cross, and you'll see that I've got all these vertical shells. So I'm gonna need some flat vertical ones that I'm gonna do the whole entire pattern on. All right, so I've got some flat ones, and you start noticing shells and like what they're best for when you look at them. I'm gonna take the smaller print and do full coverage on this one and this one. And these scissors are not the best for this. I want the turtle to be towards the top. So I'm making sure to include him. But I'm gonna fit it on like this, so the turtle is at the top, and then I'll glue it and cut around the sides. All right, so fit him on like that. And this is, like I said, a little more tedious because you can get more wrinkles. The resin at the end really does help to just elevate everything. I think the bright white gloss spray paint and the resin help to give these a really elegant look. All right, I'm gonna smooth this out and then do a quick cut around the edges, and I'll come back later to fix it. Okay. Sometimes I go back and make sure it's in between, like that. Okay. It's getting there. I'm gonna snip off part of this bottom too. Man, these scissors are not, should not be using these. Okay. Okay, I'm back and these are all dry. And now I'm gonna finish them with some resin. And this is the kind of resin that I use. I've got it wrapped with a paper towel. It's Let's Resin, UV resin. And I'm gonna paint it on with a paintbrush, and then this is the UV light that I have. It's like an accordion fold. So you can put it in all different positions to get different angles. And it's got 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then just constant options for the lighting. So I like this size of resin because it has this pointy spout on it. And I'm wearing gloves, but let's see, I'm gonna start with this one. I'm just gonna put a little bit in here. And then I use an inexpensive paintbrush that has smooth, you know, like smooth bristles. And I'm just gonna paint the resin into the shell, and I like to get all the edges. Then make sure you move the brush out of the way of where the light is, or it'll start curing on the brush. You don't want that. But I'm gonna turn this on. and then just do this. And if it's a sunny day, you can start the curing process like this and then just put it outside on a table, and it will finish curing out there and be fine. So that's how I do that. Let's do one more. Okay. Just like that. And it is sunny here today, so I'm going to put these out on the table, and then we will come back and do the finish around the edges with metallic. Okay, these are all cured, and now I'm going to add some silver outline to it. This is the brand of metallics that I use for decoupaging for outlining decoupage shells. I've got it linked with the supplies below this, but this is my absolute favorite. And I don't do a thick outline. I just kind of follow along and let it do what it's going to do. Kind of like a thinner line these days. Here's one that I have already done. So where the shell comes out here, I fill in a little more, but I like it to be kind of inconsistent around it. I think it adds interest, and it's, I don't know, I like it better than just a thick line. But so I'm just going to continue to go around the edges like this. And it slides pretty easily with the resin already on there. And then once I get up here, I just kind of drag it over. Sometimes I fill it in, sometimes I don't, but that's how that guy's looking. I'll do this one. This one I'll do a little more on the edges. I love these pens though. I also have the gold. And see here how the paper cut off? I'll just fill in right there. So that one will be a little bit thicker. And these are all going to go in like a collage anyway, so if there's something that I don't like, I'll just stick a pearl on top of it or something, an embellishment. There we go. All right, here's these two. So, so this is a bunny that I'm going to be finishing up this week, and sharing a lot more of it about it in my online community. You are welcome to join us. It's called the Coastal Creative. The link is below. It's $15 a month. And I'll also be doing another cross. But I also think I might convert this pattern to pink and do some pink and greens. But anyway, I hope this was helpful and gave you some updated information about some things that I've changed with decoupage just to give it a more upscale look. And thanks for stopping by. I'll see you at the next one.